Dealers. Brought to you in part by ABOC, Bosch Power Tools, That's Des Moines.com, CertaPro Painters, Club Sitco, McGrath Acura of Westmont, Consumers Credit Union, Fitzgerald Equipment, Southwest Airlines, the Village of Bedford Park, TimberTech Decking and Railing, and by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. And now your host, Zach Zaidman.
Cubs looking to get back on track. Hi, everyone. A pleasant good afternoon to you from beautiful Wrigley Field. I'm Zach Zaidman. It's the opener of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Houston Astros. Coming up, we'll hear from both Nico Hoerner and Craig Counsell. But first, our conversation with Coombs, sponsored by Yuengling Traditional Lager, the oldest brewery in America. And we're joined now by Ron Coomer. Coombs, simply put, Cubs trying to reset after yesterday's off day and stop that 5-game skid.
Yeah, there's sometimes, Zach, as we know, when the schedule can beat you up and you were playing good and then you hit a skid. You hit a point in the season where a lot of things stack up against you, and I think that's where the Cubs were. And that's not an excuse. It's just the way our game is. So right now you got to dig back in and I thought the off day was big yesterday for the team, and we'll see what happens this weekend here against Houston.
Why? From a player's perspective, what can that off day do?
Well, I just think you get away from the game. You get some downtime, some mental downtime, and then also for some guys the physical downtime, that are kind of banged up. So you kind of get twofold. For me, off days, because you always had some, you're banged up, you're playing every day a little bit, but a lot of times it was the mental break that I felt was needed more than anything else, and you just felt mentally fresh coming to the park a day like today.
Time now for the keys to the game. Sponsored by Heat and Frost Insulators and the Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors. Visit local17insulators.com. And by Toyota. Visit your Chicagoland Toyota dealer or toyota.com today. So a couple of right-handers going, Coombe. Jamison Tyone for the Cubs, Spencer Arrighetti for the Astros.
Well, for the Cubs hitters against Arrighetti, he's a guy, a lot of spin. He's going to throw a lot of breaking balls that go away from the right-handed hitter into the left-handed hitter. Neither side has really hit him, lefts or rights, right-handed hitters. So if you're a right-handed hitter today, you're going to see it's going to start at you and break over the inner part of the plate. He's going to start it in the middle of the plate and break it away. He does run a fastball in on you on occasion, but that fastball a lot of times will ride up and away also. But he does have a sinker. You got to be prepared, though, on a day like today to get on top of the ball and use the other side of the field for the right-handers. And for JMO, as we've seen, that arm side slot against lefties, when he has that pitch working on the outside corner, whether it be the fastball, the cutter, or the breaking ball, when that pitch starts working, JMO's going to have a really nice day. That'll be something we'll watch for today.
It's cloudy and 60 degrees, and the wind keeps switching up every few minutes here at Wrigley Field. Right now, it's blowing in. We'll see if that continues. Coming up, Alex Bregman. That's next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
This is Chicago Cubs baseball with Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Performing a double lung and liver transplant on a lung cancer patient had never been done until now. Using a breakthrough approach, Northwestern Medicine performed this first-of-its-kind triple transplant. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Hey, Cubs fans. Southwest Airlines here with more reasons why flying Southwest from Chicago just makes sense. We're famously friendly, nonstops out the wazoo, and so reliable. In fact, the Wall Street Journal ranked us #1, first among U.S. airlines. I guess the answer to who's on first is Southwest Airlines, official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
Since 1962, Fitzgerald Equipment has kept businesses moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service. Featuring heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by heli. Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Refresh your home with Benjamin Moore. Now through May 25th, save 20% on premium Benjamin Moore exterior paints and stains at participating dealers. Visit BenjaminMoore.com.
Every moment of Cubs baseball can be heard in crystal clear FM quality on 104.3 The Score and in the Chicagoland area on the Odyssey app. Cubs hosting Houston. This is the Cubs Radio pregame show driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. It is time now for the Inside Pitch, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. What makes us better makes you better. We say hello to the Dean, Score baseball insider Bruce Levine. And Bruce, a reunion of sorts today here at the Friendly Confines.
You are correct, Zach. Cub fans have yet to see the Alex Bregman he expects to be in 2026. With his team of 7 seasons, Houston in town, Bregman reflected on the club he went to the playoffs with 7 times.
So many great memories, obviously, so many friends, and so many friends for life, obviously. We've won a lot of games together and met so many people in Houston in the community, met my wife there. My in-laws still live there, and my sister lives there, so many great memories.
Bregman told me about his struggles to get better.
Love the game of baseball. I've been in love with this game for a very long time. I dedicated my life to it. I work every single day to try and continue to get better at it. And I feel like obviously the season hasn't started the way I want, but I have complete confidence in my ability. And trust me, I know that I'm not what that scoreboard says. I know what kind of player I am.
Zach, Bregman has leadership way beyond his role as the team's third baseman. His support of PCA 2 days ago is a big part of that.
Bruce, thank you. .249 batting average, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. Bregman back in the lineup today for the Cubs, batting third and playing third. Hey, Cubs fans, fine art meets Wrigley Field in the Dogs of Wrigley Field by Gray Mane. Shop limited edition prints at ivshop.com. Coming up, the Cubs make a move. That's next on The Score, the Northwestern Medicine Cubs.
Hey, this is Christopher Mad Dog Russo on Mad Dog Sports Radio. We fill your day with passionate sports talk and a little fun.
I was cracking up, man. That was just crazy.
Our lineup leads off with D.A. and Babjack, Adam Shine, Katie Nolan, Stephen A. Smith.
For those who are taken aback by what I said, I don't give a damn.
And then every afternoon at 3 Eastern, it's our show, Mad Dog Unleashed. Hear it all on Channel 82, in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM is free now through June 1st. Tell your family and friends, just press the button in the car and listen.
Ah, the sound of a wooden bat hitting a baseball. There's nothing better. But the sound of a wooden deck board cracking beneath your feet? Well, there's nothing worse. So if you're thinking about building a deck, put your trust in Trex. Trex decking and railing outperforms wood. It won't rot, warp, or splinter, and it's built to handle years of use with minimal maintenance. And when you're ready, there's always a Trex Pro Builder on deck. Find yours at Trex.com. Trex, performance engineered for your life outdoors.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you looking for even more college sports? SiriusXM has you covered.
Deep center field, all the way back and gone!
College baseball, softball, lacrosse, and more.
Shot, score! Oh, baby!
It's the biggest names, the fiercest rivalries, and the championship chases all spring long.
Swing and a miss, she struck her out.
Hear it all on SiriusXM. For a complete schedule of games and channel numbers, visit SiriusXM.com/sports.
When the game ends, the baseball talk begins. Tune into MLB Network Radio for expert analysis, great guests, and hosts who live the game on Channel 89 and the SiriusXM app.
Cubs home versus Houston. This is the Cubs radio pregame show driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. Time now to check on who's hot and cold. Sponsored by Plumbers 911 Plumbing Emergency. Call 1-833-PLUM 911. Local 130 Plumbers get the job done right the first time. Carson Kelly's batting .318 over his last 7 games. The cold Ian Happ hitless in his last 21 at-bats with 13 strikeouts. A reminder that all Cubs triples and saves are sponsored by Northern Illinois Food Bank. Help close the door on hunger. Visit solvehungertoday.org. On the injury report, the Cubs have placed utility man Matt Shaw on the injured list. A bad back. Infielder Pedro Ramirez has been called up from Iowa. Coming up next, Nico on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cup.
It's a big week in the world of professional wrestling with gold on the line in WWE Saturday night's main event and AEW hitting New York City with Double or Nothing. This is Dave LaGreca. Tune into Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, channel 156 all week long for preview of both events and interviews with the superstars before their matches.
I did an interview with one Dave LaGreca. He didn't deserve it, but I was paid handsomely to do so.
Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 is the heartbeat of professional wrestling. Only on channel 156.
Got a backyard project or lawn to tame? For over 50 years, VP Racing Fuels has dominated racetracks around the world. Did you know your trimmer, chainsaw, or blower is a little air-cooled race engine, making VP Racing Fuels the logical choice to fuel it? Our specially formulated fuels promote smooth first starts and longer-performing engine life. Available now at all your local retailers. Don't let low-quality fuel stall your weekend. When it matters most, choose VP Racing Small Engine Fuels.
Get the most baseball talk every day on MLB Network Radio. Expert hosts, insider interviews, and analysis from around the league. SiriusXM Channel 89 and the SiriusXM app.
Go inside baseball with a team of analysts featuring all-stars, award winners, and world champions on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89, and the SiriusXM app.
Today's veteran of the game is Yen Schmidt from Highland Park, who served in the United States Navy. Thank you for your service. Sponsored by JeffBuysYourHouse.com. Veteran-led and trusted since 2007. As we approach the top of the hour, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cup.
For 24/7 baseball talk, interviews, and game analysis. After the game, check out MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM 89.
Cubs, Astros at Wrigley Field. This is the Cubs radio pregame show driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. In our Cubs conversation with this new schedule in Major League Baseball of playing every team every year, Nico Hoerner takes us through the preparation for an unfamiliar opponent like Houston.
Yeah, just like you said, the amount of division games have gone down a good bit, and so some of the familiarity you don't have the luxury of anymore, and I've always thought that went to the hitter's advantage a little bit more so. So a series like this with American League opponent where you don't play a ton, you go through all the bullpen, or at least I do. I go through the bullpen on my own, and then we go through it as a group in our hitters meeting, and but there's so much turnover every year with every team that I think there's a level of comfort with trying to figure out new guys, but yeah, it's always new challenges.
For you specifically, what are some of the keys that you're looking for to help yourself out against this guy today?
Yeah, so I think every time you look at a scouting report, you're both trying to understand the pitcher's strengths, and then being able to acknowledge those while also being aware of what you do well and never getting too far away from that. There's a million different ways to prepare for pitchers, and all the guys in here do it differently. I've played with great players who do very little, and some guys who do a ton of scouting, and there's not really a right answer as long as you're prepared and ready to go.
So where do you fall on that spectrum?
I feel like I'm kind of in the middle. I trust our staff a lot as far as them understanding what my strengths are, and trying to build approaches off of that, but then also do some stuff on my own as well.
So how important are metrics for you versus video, or is it the combination of the two that helps you when you step in the box?
Yeah, it's a combination of the two for sure. We have scouting reports and video on obviously every pitcher, and in-game is an interesting one, right? Like you're second or leading off in an inning, and there's a guy coming in from the bullpen, and you would watch video on him or read the report 8 hours before, but then you have kind of 45 seconds to break it down, and so we kind of have like a simple cheat sheet with a breakdown of pitch usage and types and shapes, and then some video of a lot of times we have video of guys hitting balls hard off of pitchers just to kind of get that image in your mind and some positive reinforcement, and then you go from there.
How often do you step in the box and the guy is nothing like what you prepared for?
Not too often. I mean, there's some stuff at the beginning of the year sometimes when guys have added pitches, or I guess the most common thing that's different is like it says a guy's 70% one pitch, 20 another, and 5 and 5 with his other two, and then all of a sudden he's using the other two at a higher usage. And it's just not that the report was wrong, it's just a change in what the pitcher's doing, and guys are allowed to do that, and the game is constantly evolving.
You guys are constantly watching things from the dugout, right, when a pitcher's on the mound. How long does it take you as a group to kind of size up what a guy is that day?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing for sure. I think, they're in a kind of too bad. I think traditionally in baseball there was a lot more of talking between players and actually watching the pitcher himself. I think we do get away from that sometimes when we're so caught up in reports and the metrics, like you said. And it's not that one or the other is right, but I do think there's definitely room for more of just watching the game that day and kind of understanding the human element of it a little bit more.
Are you the type of guy that wants to hit without overthinking, or do you need that constant information, like almost like a computer where you're kind of scanning?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not that analytical about things. I mean, I do think over larger sample sizes it's important to have a sense of changes in what you're doing and things like that, and we have staff that helps me with that. But I think the best kind of information and reports are the ones that allow you to have that freedom to be yourself, and that does take preparation, and it takes a lot of confidence to do that, but I feel like I'm at my best when I'm not thinking about those things too much.
When you hear us, and when I say us, media, talk shows, everything, when you hear us talk about hitting, what don't we get that you wish you could say, hey, you guys don't understand, this is this?
That's a good question. I think just how oftentimes the times that are really good and the times that aren't really that different. And if you were to see like behind the scenes or just how guys are preparing, like there's very little that's different both on an individual and a team level. And sometimes there's things that you just can't explain, and that's not always the most satisfying answer. And I think I would love to have an answer, a reason for all those things, but a lot of times there is randomness in the sport. That's why we have to play 162 games to figure out who's actually good.
Well said. Nico, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cubs second baseman Nico Hoerner. The Cubs strongly encourage use of all public transportation, especially CTA buses and trains, when traveling to Wrigley Field. For all games, the Cubs offer a free bike valet service located by the Addison Red Line station. For details, visit Cubs.com/transportation. Coming up, the Manager's Show next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
This is Chicago Cubs baseball with Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. And get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Welcome to Old National Bank. Hi, I was wondering what you could do for my small business.
Tons. Have time to talk?
Not much. We're on a 30-second radio ad.
Oh, I'll get straight to the point then. Our solutions are customized for small businesses. Our services make financial management simple, and our pricing is always transparent.
Outstanding. Wow.
Yeah. So, ever been in an ad before?
Nope. How do I look?
Good. But we're on the radio, remember?
Right. Hi, Mom.
Customized small business banking from Old National Bank. Member FDIC. Get old.
Hey, Ron Coomer here. Selling your house doesn't have to be complicated. My friend Jeff and his veteran-led team simplify the whole process. No repairs, no clean out, no months of waiting, just a fair offer, and you pick when you close.
Here's how it works. Give us a call and we'll visit your property and provide an offer and close on your schedule. Whether you're moving a parent or just going in a different direction, we make it simple.
Call them at 630-556-8892. That's 630-556-8892 or jeffbuysyourhouse.com.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Cubs Astros at Wrigley Field. It is time now to hear from manager Craig Counsell. Here's Coom.
Counts, I got a question for you, manager question. When your team has gone through some ups and some downs, and that's just common in baseball season, but when you go through the ups and the downs, does your message change to your players? Or what I'm guessing is it stays somewhat the same, but that's the question for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we have to see what's going on. I think it's generally very consistent, but I think day to day we have to identify things we can do better, like winning or losing. Chances are when you're losing, there's more things you can do. Yeah. You can do a little bit better. I also think when you're losing, I think more players need support as well. So. I think it's natural that there's probably more going on when you're losing, because I think the support part of it is really important.
You have a very talented young team, too. A lot of young guys playing, but you have great big league experience as a player. The support part, do you go to a Pete, or do you go to some of your guys that might be struggling offensively and give them some advice, or just change the subject and talk to them as the manager, where it's not hitting every day and it's not grinding on their head?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's less about hitting mechanics or things like that. Not much about that. I think that's done through coaches, and I think that's the message that's best kind of consistently delivered through. So yeah, it's more on either non-baseball or just support, or just kind of approaching situations, things like that you try to stay in touch with them about.
You guys have made some moves going into today's ballgame. Can you talk about the moves you've made today?
Yeah. So Tuesday, Matt Shaw started to experience some kind of mid-back tightness, and it's kind of gotten worse since Tuesday. So we're at the point where I think the safe thing to do is to stop trying to test it and give him some days off here. So he's been placed on the injured list. We've recalled Pedro Ramirez, and I think this is probably going to be a stint for Pedro where there's not really any plans to get him in the lineup on a daily basis. But I think for Pedro, it's a chance to just be around the guys, be around the big league atmosphere. There could be a start here or there, but more kind of see what's going on. So maybe the time when you're asked to do a lot more on the playing side, you're already a little accustomed to the routine.
Today's ballgame, I've not seen your lineup today.
Yeah, same kind of lineup against a right-hand pitcher. Yeah.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It's the manager's show. Zach, back to you.
Douglas performing the national anthem at Wrigley Field this afternoon. When we come back, a deep dive into the pitching matchup next on The Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
This is Chicago Cubs baseball with Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Want to rethink what's possible? How about being an investor? Not just in your future, but in the future. Well, it all starts with Invesco QQQ. For more than 25 years, this single ETF has given investors a direct line to the NASDAQ 100. That's 100 leading innovators behind advances in personal tech, science, and robotics, just to name a few. And you can access it all with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco QQQ is the proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
There are risks when investing in ETFs, including possible loss of money. ETFs' risks are similar to those of stocks. Investments in the tech sector are subject to greater risk and more volatility than more diversified investments. The NASDAQ 100 index comprises the 100 largest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. You can't invest directly into an index. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully before investing. Invesco is not affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
Cubs hosting Houston, opener of a 3-game set. Who are you banking on? Is sponsored by Busey Bank. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Michael Conforto, who's batting .322 in 29 games this season with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. The pitching matchup, sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Right-hander Jameson Taillon throwing for the Cubs 2-3, a 4.97 ERA. He was rocked for 8 runs last weekend in 5 innings of work by the White Sox, 5 home runs. Fellow right-hander Spencer Arrighetti is on the hill for the Astros, 5-1, a 1.50 ERA. He took a no-hitter into the 8th inning last weekend in Texas. It's time for baseball at Wrigley Field. Cubs, Astros, Pat, Ron, next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
This is Chicago Cubs baseball with Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, it's Speaks. Now's the time to complete that painting project you've been putting off. CertaPro Painters provides a free estimate quickly and at the right price. I have completed my entire project and I am thrilled with the results. I got reliable updates and communication throughout. CertaPro Painters knew exactly how important my home was and took care of me beautifully. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs, Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue.
A dominant performance this afternoon.
Hey race fans, this is Alex Bowman. The NASCAR Cup Series is on Sirius XM. We are back on the track Sunday,
5 p.m. Eastern.
The Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Get closer to everything that moves you, wherever you are, with the SiriusXM app.
For up-to-date betting lines, fantasy plays, and the latest NASCAR news, catch the pre-race show before every Cup Series race.
On SiriusXM, NASCAR Radio Channel 90, and on the SiriusXM app.
This is Chicago Cubs baseball with Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network. Everything. Download the Bet365 app and lock in your picks before the game begins. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in select states only.
And now, Odyssey and 104.3 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Gone! 3-run homer. Ian Happ is going to be gone. 3-run homer. Pete Crow Armstrong. Now Bush drives one in the air. This ball's got a chance. Gone! This is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on the Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by the Volvo XC90, Benny's Beverage Depot, Benjamin Moore, Grand Appliance, James Hardy Building Products, Laturo Tire. It's not a game, Illinois.com. Old National.
Today, Jameson Taillon on the mound for the Cubs and Spencer Arrighetti
will start for Houston. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for today's game. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Leading off for the visitors from the Lone Star State, Jeremy Pena at shortstop. Isaac Paredes at third base. Yordan Alvarez batting third. He's the designated hitter for Houston. Christian Walker at first base. Walker the cleanup batter. Jake Myers in center field. Batting sixth and playing second base, Braden Shoemake. Cam Smith in right. Zach Cole in left. And batting ninth and doing the catching for Houston, Christian Vasquez. Those are the Astros. They find themselves 11 games under 500 at 20-31. The Cubs are 29-21. And here's the way they'll line up today. Nico Hoerner at second base. Michael Busch at first base. Alex Bregman, the former Astro, batting third and playing
Hey, everybody, let's go
Ian
Dodgers.
Happ, the cleanup man in left field. Seiya Suzuki in right. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Michael Conforto. Carson Kelly catching. Pete Crow Armstrong batting eighth in center field. And batting ninth and playing shortstop for the Cubs, Dansby Swanson. So there you have the lineups. The umpires right now are having the daily discussion of ground rules and the exchange of lineup cards. The umpires today comprised of home plate umpire Chad Fairchild, Chad Whitson working at first, Bill Miller, the second base umpire, and Brian Walsh over at third. The announcement of the umpires brought to you by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. I mentioned it's a coolish day, 61 degrees and breezy. The umpires have the long sleeve coats on for the bases. And we are just about ready to go. The Cubs take the field. Back to get it started right after this. You are listening to The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume really matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good, but you know.
Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert.
5 calories and packed with flavor. Flight is the next generation of light beer from the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever you buy beer. And Patrick, I know the Astros are in town, but the Cubs, they need a good performance from J-Mo. They need a good outing today from him. And the Cubs offense needs to have a good day today also.
Cubs need to snap a 5-game skid run, absolutely, as Jeremy Pena swings and misses at the first pitch from Jamison Tyone, and we are underway. Pena without a home run. He's missed most of the year with injury. Right-handed batter, and the pitch to Pena, swing and a miss. Tyone, 2 wins, 3 losses. His ERA just a shade under 5. Coming off of a rough outing against the White Sox on the South Side last weekend. Gave up 5 home runs and suffered a loss. Let's see if he can get back on track today. The 0-2 pitch, check swing, did he go? No swing. As you think about Tyone, Ron, what's on your mind?
I think whenever J-Mo is having a great day, that arm side fastball, cutter, slider always work, in particular to left-handers. And then a lot of spin to the righties with the high fastball. But he has to pitch ahead and have command in the zone. Sometimes for J-Mo, it's command. It's not having command in the zone and too many pitches in the middle of the plate.
Pena takes outside. All of a sudden the count is 3-2. It was 0-2. Pena's only played 13 games of the Astros' 51 contests so far. Wide open stance. Here comes the 3-2. Line drive, left field base hit. One hop line drive between Swanson and Bregman on the left side, and Jeremy Pena leads off the game with a single into left field.
Yeah, a little cutter from Tyone, and this one outer third, I would say. And Pena just stayed on it. The pitch was up just a little bit, helped him be able to hook that ball in the hole between short and third.
61 degrees here on the north side of Chicago. Isak Paredes steps in, and he'll take a breaking ball outside. Former Cub. Isak Paredes with a wide open stance. Orange batting gloves on either hand. He'll take a strike. The Astros have the orange shirts. Black numbers on their backs, gray trousers. Got the black hats. Cubs in their City Connect Friday afternoon unis. There's a pitch in there. Nope, taken high for a ball. I thought the umpire, Chad Fairchild, was going to call that a strike. Cubs have the powder blue shirts on. Red numbers on their backs. White trousers. The pitch. Outside, 3-1.
Close pitch there. That looked like a little cutter from Tyone. Must have just missed the outside corner. Kelly did not want to ask for a review of that pitch.
Pena not moving. The 3-1 hit in the air, deep left center. Going back, Pete Crow Armstrong on the track, makes the catch in deep left center. And hustling back to first is Pena. I believe the wind kept that ball in the park, Ron.
Yeah, this ball's well struck. It jumps off Brady's bat in left center in that deepest part, kind of to the center field side of the 368 mark. And when it left his bat, he thought it was a home run, and it ends up just being caught probably 2 steps in front of the ivy in left center.
Yordan Alvarez, their best hitter at 303, big left-handed batter, showing bunt, and takes a strike.
Now this guy can flat out hit, there's no doubt. 303, 15 bombs in 31 driven in, and you know that the teams are trying to pitch around him and not have him be the guy that beats you, and he's still got great numbers.
Cubs play him to pull. For example, the third baseman Bregman is playing where a shortstop normally plays. He's about 60 feet off the third base line.
First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
The big left-handed batter takes a changeup outside, 2-1. Game time temperature of 61, sponsored by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Four Seasons. Short lead by Pena. The pitch to Alvarez. Called strike 2. What's on your mind on 2-2?
You got options, and that's the pitch we were talking about to start the game. For Tyone, when he has command of his fastball there, the cutter outside, and the breaking ball backdoor to a lefty, it seems like all the rest of his pitches fall into line. See if he starts a cutter off the plate away and brings it back to that outside corner.
And the 2-2 from the veteran right-hander. Popped up foul and out of play. Surprisingly, Ron, Tyone has only made 6 career starts against Houston. I would have guessed at least twice that many.
Yeah, same.
His overall record 1-2 against them with an ERA of about 4.5. Pena being held by Bush at first, not running, and the pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Out number 2, strikeout number 1 for Jamison Tyone. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Those are worth noting because they are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. 2 down. Here's Christian Walker.
Now Tyone goes to the two-seam fastball to get the strikeout. Excellent pitch. Kind of a little above the belt, but very good fastball by Tyone.
Walker, the longtime first baseman for the Arizona Diamondbacks, now plays first base for these Astros and has for a few years now. And he'll take outside. He's still got some power. 11 home runs. He's driven in 31. The two guys that are dangerous, the guy that just struck out Alvarez and this guy, Walker, with 11. Next pitch swung on and missed. 1-1.
Good off-speed pitch had Walker out in front. 87-mile-an-hour cutter. Speed gun powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that.
0-0 game. Top of the first. Tyone to Walker. Swing and a miss. A high fastball. It's now 1-2. We gave you the uniform descriptions, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Houston with those bright orange shirts. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He came right back with a high hard one, and Walker fans. Houston does not score. 2 strikeouts for Tyone. We go to the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 game on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good.
The tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume really matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your
JamesHardy.com. The announcement of the umpires we gave you, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, 0-0 game. Spencer Arrighetti. We're getting our first look at him. He's made 6 starts, and he has been very impressive. Going 5-1 with a glittering ERA of 1.50. Let's see if Nico Hoerner can crank up a Cubs rally as he waits. And Nico will take a strike. Undoubtedly, Ron, this is the first time any of the Cubs have seen Arrighetti. When that was the case in your career, first time seeing a guy, what was your approach?
Now, first of all, you want to be patient, I would think, first and foremost, and try to see some pitches in your first at bat to get a little feel. Now, the Cubs hitters, because of video, you get so much video you can see.
Nico takes a bender low and away run, 1-1.
And then you get pitch charts of what a guy likes to use. And in looking at Arrighetti, a lot of breaking balls. He likes his curveball, the cutter, sweeping breaking ball, he calls it.
Nico swings and misses, 1-2.
And then he'll throw that two-seamer. So he doesn't use the two-seamer a lot. At least he hasn't in his early going here in the big leagues. But he just used one to Nico, and it was pretty effective.
His best outing so far was his last time out. He was spectacular against the Rangers. Took a no-hitter into the 8th inning. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball fooled him. Hoerner does not get fooled all that frequently, but He chased a low outside soft pitch that time. It's out number 1. 0-0 game, and the batter is Michael Busch.
Yeah, Cubs hitters are going to see a lot of back and forth to speed. The right-handers are going to see a lot of pitches breaking away from them.
Arrighetti always works from the stretch. Long-haired right-hander delivers. Here's a line drive foul down the line and right. The ball boy saw that ball coming at him, and he bailed out. He became an I don't want the ball boy there for a second. I don't blame him.
No.
Here's a line drive caught by the shortstop Pena right behind second. Sharply hit ball by Busch, but that's going to be out number 2. And it brings up Alex Bregman, former Houston Astro. Bregman had some glorious times with Houston, played on a couple of World Series championships. Houston made him the 2nd overall pick in the 2015 draft. And the pitch on the way to Alex is taken for a strike. So you know this has to be kind of an emotional series for Alex Bregman.
There's no doubt. He's been waiting to play this series for a while.
He's hitting .249. 4 home runs. He's driven in 16. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball is down low. I mentioned Arrighetti, just brilliant the last time out. Took a no-hitter into the 8th inning. Finally, with 1 out in the 8th, he gave up a single, but he still hung on to win the game against Texas. His only loss was to Cincinnati. Here's a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Bregman tried to check, could not do it. And in his loss run, he only gave up 1 earned run in 5 2/3 to the Reds. So conceivably, he could be 6-0.
Yep, he has been pitching very well. The league is not hitting well against him at all. Both lefties and righties are well under 200 against him.
Bregman hits a little line drive, shallow center base hit, right off the end of the bat. But it'll look like a solid line drive in the box score.
Can you say that was a Willie Mosconi special? He needed to chalk up the end of his stick. Because that one right off the end, as you said, and it started out at shortstop. Because of the spin put on the ball, it came back into center field. But a little cue shot single for Bregman.
Arrighetti now going to work on Ian Happ. Ian at .215 as he stands in. He swings and misses. I mentioned Arrighetti has been brilliant in his 6 starts. Now, you cannot say the entire Houston pitching staff has been brilliant. In fact, as a team run, they have the worst ERA among all 30 teams in the big leagues this year, 5.34. The runner goes. It's a high fastball. Now holding at first, Bregman was only a bluff by Alex. And the count 1-1. But if you need an answer of why a team is 11 games below 500, I would say that 5.34 ERA is the direct answer.
That's the answer. If you don't pitch it well in this league, you are going to struggle.
The pitch to Happ. Line drive down the left field line. Falling. Fair ball. Bouncing against the sidewall. Bregman hustling to third. The throw there not in time. Happ goes to second. Happ didn't run right away for whatever reason. I was surprised the throw by Cole went to third instead of second base. Ron, how about you?
Yeah, same. I think the Astros, the left fielder, did not hear anybody telling him where to throw the ball as he's going to the sidewall to get it. If he throws to second base, Happ would have either been out by quite a bit or would have had to stay at first. Ian did not think that ball was going to stay fair.
Some minutes, second and third, 2 down, first inning for Seiya Suzuki. Here's the pitch to Seiya. Breaking ball low and away, ball 1. Suzuki, 7 home runs, 18 runs batted in, and hitting .269. Slightly open stance. See if the Cubs can score first in this series opener. The pitch. in there for a strike. He's throwing a lot of breaking stuff.
A lot of breaking stuff. He's going to throw. He put it this way. He throws more curveball, kind of slurvy type slider and cutter by far than he throws fastballs.
Now the 1-1. Bouncing ball to third. Gloving it is Paredes. The throw to first in time ends the inning. Cubs don't score, leave men at second and third. We go to inning number 2. 0-0 game. Cubs and Astros on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Dansby Swanson. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago. A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good, but you...
Question, real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
The ocean delights us. Some marvel at the colorful world below the surface. The ocean feeds us.
Everybody make sure you
Others
hit that
find
like
nourishment
button,
in its
hit that
bounty.
subscribe button.
The
If you're
ocean
new,
teaches
join the
us
channel.
how our everyday choices impact even the deepest places. The ocean moves us, whether we're riding a wave or soaking in its breathtaking beauty. The ocean connects us. Find your connection at MontereyBayAquarium.org/connects.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or any one of your...
Visit BenjaminMoore.com.
Fans in Illinois can purchase Cubs Charities 50/50 raffle tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of the game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. Michael Conforto first up. Carson Kelly to follow, and then Pete Crow Armstrong, the 6, 7, and 8 Cubs batters against Spencer Arrighetti. Arrighetti worked out of a second and third 2-out jam in the first. Scoreless game. Here's Conforto stepping in, hitting .322, left-handed batting DH. Michael takes outside. It's 1-0. Cubs trying to snap a 5-game skid. Still 8 games above 500. Here's the windup by the right-hander. And Conforto takes a fastball strike, 1-1. Cubs a game and a half behind Milwaukee in the National League Central. Houston 6.5 behind the Athletics in the National League West. Who would have thought the Athletics would be leading the division almost 2 months into the year?
Yeah, one of the surprises of the season so far. I think Tampa's got to fit in that grouping too.
Absolutely. Tampa's got their hands full tonight. Garrett Cole is going to make his season debut against Tampa. Is that game in New York or in Florida? I think I saw that's in New York, I think.
It is.
New York, yeah.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is down low to Conforto. Arrighetti thought he had him.
Yeah, that was breaking ball down. Conforto lays off it, and it's borderline down. They did not challenge the call.
And the 2-2 by the right-hander Arrighetti. Swing and a miss. Curveball got him, and that's out number 1. Second strikeout for Spencer Arrighetti. And the batter Carson Kelly.
Different speeds of the breaking ball. The curveball and, kind of that sweeping hook that he uses, they're pretty similar, and there's not a lot of difference in speed from what I saw earlier today. Maybe one goes down a little more than the other.
Kelly hitting .297, swings and misses at the first pitch. Kelly's been one of the most consistent Cubs offensive players.
Yeah, he's been around or over 300 all season long.
He's had some clutch hits, driving in 17 tallies. And the 0-1 to Carson is fouled at the plate, 0-2.
Yeah, and you think, he's playing just about every other day between him and Amaya for the most part.
Final series on the homestand. Cubs will play an all-division road trip next week. 7 games in 7 days. 4 in Pittsburgh. And then 3 in St. Louis. Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball just missed. This guy throws a lot of benders.
Yeah, he's got a good one, and it's one of the pitches because he throws kind of across his body. It starts out behind the right-handed hitter. So you really have to do a good job of keeping that front side still and not bailing out at all.
And the pitch lined foul. Arrighetti has a very simplified motion. It looks like he's going to work from the stretch. And then he just gently steps back with his lead leg in the stretch position and then brings it. It's very uncomplicated. There's that little back step, then the pause and the pitch. Fouled away off to the right. Sometimes I think the simpler the better, Ron, for your young pitchers trying to figure out the exact right windup. Something obviously that you feel comfortable with, but simplification might be the way to go.
Well, it really helps in being able to repeat what you're trying to do over and over.
Kelly swings and misses at a curveball, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts by Arrighetti, and the batter now is Pete Crow Armstrong in a 0-0 game.
The bigger, the stronger the guy on the mound, he'll simplify more and more, I believe, in today's game. Years ago, guys would try to get momentum and build into that, is why the windups were so dramatic, you might say, years back.
Pete will take a strike.
Feel Like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch. Feel like Bosching today?
Sort of, and thanks for asking.
Okay, yeah.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. I would make more of a commitment if I knew exactly what Bosching meant.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
1-1. Paredes in shallow at third. I'm not looking for any kind of a bunt with 2 outs. A power hitter like Pete Crow Armstrong. He's taking inside here. It's 2-1. Although the bunt might play a role today, Ron. It's going to be hard to homer.
I'm going to predict Cubs are going to break their 5-game skid today. That's my prediction today.
And now the 2-1. That's going to be taken high for a ball. 3-1.
Velasquez, their catcher, has not challenged any pitches and been quite a few close ones.
Let's see if Pete gets something to hit here on 3-1. He swings and fouls it back. Good looking swing by the young center fielder. Pete's had some good games, but he's had some games where he has struggled. 5 home runs for the year, 20 driven in. His average at .225. And the pitch on the way. Outside, ball 4. It's almost a classic stolen base opportunity situation, Ron. What do you think?
Absolutely. The Cubs offense has been sputtering here as of late, just in the recent time. When you get guys on base that can really run, you may want to try to force the issue a little bit and try to generate some offense just on the base, guys stealing or trying to take an extra base.
Plus, you got a guy on the mound throwing a lot of curveballs. There's a breaking ball strike. Curveballs take a little longer to get to the plate than a fastball. So that helps the base runner.
Pete was trying to time Arrighetti, and he didn't quite do it. I think he'll take off here if he gets a chance.
He's got his lead. The stretch by Arrighetti and a pickoff throw to first, not in time.
Arrighetti was going to hold the ball a long time. He got set early and was just trying to ice Pete and hold him at first. He also ices the hitter, too.
Swanson's batting average down to 191. He's got some pop. Here's a wild pickoff throw to first. Pete's going to go to third. He's around second. Look at him go. He's going to slide into third safely. A two-base pickoff throwing error charged against Spencer Arrighetti. I can't remember the last time I saw a guy advance two bases on a wild pickoff throw. Yep. How about you?
Yeah, no, and Pete knew it, too. This throw was into the runner. Pete with the head first dive going back into first base, and then the ball gets past Walker, bangs off the sidewall, and goes down in the short right. And Pete didn't slow down a bit going around second base.
Now let's see if Dansby Swanson can drive in the game's first run. The 0-1 to Dansby. Breaking ball strike. Errors by the opponent. Sponsored by North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com. Cubs looking for a clutch base hit from Dansby Swanson. And the pitch on the way, drilled foul on the ground outside of third.
Dansby got a little inside curveball there. That's a pitch that he is looking for. There's no doubt when you get that breaking ball, that's the hanger inside. Might have been just a little too far in, but Dansby hit it hard.
Swanson slightly open stance. The right-hander Arrighetti to the belt, and the pitch. Pop fly on the infield, playable. The first baseman Walker coming down the line and making the catch, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, a man left. We go to the third, 0-0 game. Cubs and Astros on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk to start your day. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
For over 6.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good, but
is the only fully integrated AI that automates your entire workflow. Born in the trades, built for commercial contractors, ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Type, AI for the trades.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is
Let's go places.
Nico Hoerner's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Huh?
All right, Zach, are you ready to play the attendance game?
Woo! Yes.
It's a rather emphatic and enthusiastic yes. Nico Hoerner will lead off for the Cubs here in the bottom of inning number 3. Cubs down by a run now. Hoerner, Bush, and Bregman. The Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably just
everybody make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you're new, join the channel.
For a ball. I don't see a lot of empty seats as we glance around.
Big standing room only. Look at out over the right and right field bleachers. All the standing room only people.
Hoerner takes a fastball. It zips inside. It's 2-0. I'll go ahead and get us started. Okay. I'm going to say 36,863. 36863. Outside to Nico, 3-0. He'd gladly take a walk to try to crank up a rally here.
I'll say 37,800.
Right-hander to right-hander, the 3-0 to Nico Hoerner. Taking all the way, that's a strike. Nico is going to challenge that call. He thought it was outside.
Yeah, I think this is one of those 3-0 calls where the umpire in years past kind of gives this to the pitcher. Yep.
Nico alertly said, nope, not on my watch.
Yeah.
And that's a good, smart challenge.
Got a pitch a couple inches off the outside corner. So now let's see the second go around through the lineup for the Cubs, see if they can do some damage.
Here is Michael Busch. Busch lined out to short his first time. Nico dancing off to his lead at first. The stretch by Arrighetti in the pitch. Swing and a foul back. Paredes shallow at third. Now backs up a little after that first full swing by Busch. I was surprised that he was in on the grass. I don't see Busch bunting. No. Especially not toward third. In fact, not anywhere in this spot. Now the 0-1. Fastball sinks outside. The count 1-1. I wonder if with men on base, Ron, he'll throw more fastballs than he would with nobody on base.
It'll be interesting to see because, you know, the percentage is what you see of pitches thrown by him so far in his 8 starts or so, 7 starts have been a lot of breaking balls. You know, way bigger number than the normal big league pitcher.
He hasn't had much struggle as a big league pitcher so far. Career ERA of 1.50. It's a small sample size, only 6 games. Nico runs the pitch high, throw to second base. Not in time. Stolen base. Second base umpire Bill Miller, assuming that we all saw he was safe, never did bother to make a physical call.
Good call, Bill.
Yeah, good. It was rather obvious, I guess.
Bill saying to the first base umpire, yeah, he was safe by about this, and he got his arms apart, and they were probably giving him a hard time, too. Like, is he safe or out? Yeah.
Now let's see if Busch can drive in the tying run. Swing and a foul at the plate.
Stolen bases by the Cubs. They're sponsored by Turo Tires. Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe with the Turo Tires. Find yours at Turo.com.
Stolen base for Nico Hoerner. I like his percentage, Ron. 10 steals. He's been caught once.
Wow, yeah.
That's the kind of a guy you give a green light to. The 2-2 from Arrighetti to Busch. 1-0 Houston leading, 3rd inning. Curveball is low, 3-2.
Good take by Michael. A little backdoor hook comes back to the middle of the plate, but it was down.
Still waiting for Zach to make his attendance guess, and Rich Wyatt, our engineer.
38,500.
And the payoff from the Houston right-hander to Busch. Inside, almost hit him. It may have grazed him. So officially it's a hit batsman. A walk and a hit by pitch to the first 2 men in the inning, who also happen to be the first 2 men in the order.
Yeah.
So this is where the Cubs offense, in that dugout, the feeling is we've got to get some runs out of this chance right now.
Yeah, you got to start banging the ball around the yard there a little bit and driving in some runs.
Conference on the mound.
Well, now you know this is the perfect scenario for Bregman. Playing your old ball club, you get 2 men on and nobody out, and it would be an ideal time for him to do some damage. I think your buddy was back on the field, Pat. Camera guy right next to Bregman.
He's going to get on camera himself, ironically. Alex Bregman, the batter. And the pitch on the way to Alex. Swung on, hit in the air, deep left foul, out of play. Joshua Miller is the Astros pitching coach. So walk and a hit batsman in the inning. Bregman, the former Astro, spent the first 9 seasons in the big leagues with Houston. And look out, he gets hit by the pitch. Upper left arm. Fans are booing, but there's no way he meant to hit him. That loads the bags with nobody out. And the cleanup hitter coming up. So the Cubs with a golden scoring chance. Bregman, no doubt a little bit sore, but he's going to trot to first.
Yeah, this hits him in the kind of upper back lat area. It's a two-seamer and just runs in and runs way in. And now, as you said, Pat, the Cubs, bases loaded, nobody out. You really need to have a good quality inning here and drive in some runs. See if Ian can get the Cubs' first big hit of the game.
Infield stays back. Bases loaded, nobody out. Happ batting left-handed. And the pitch to Ian. Curveball strike. Happ had a soft double the other way his first time. Cubs at every station take their leads. The 0-1 popped up foul and out of play. And the count 0-2. So now it's 0-2 on your run. What's the approach?
You just got to protect the plate. You want to put this ball in play. And you'd love to get something, that last pitch, something you drive to left center and get it elevated and at least get a sac fly.
Infield plays back all the way around. Arrighetti's pitch to Happ. Swinging a pop-up foul. He challenged him with a fastball and really left it in a very hittable area.
I don't think he knows quite where his fastball is going. He's thrown a lot of breaking balls. The two hit batters, one was to Bush. That was either a cutter or a fastball. And then it was definitely a two-seam fastball to Bregman.
Arrighetti with a brand new ball ready for the 0-2 pitch. And Happ swings and misses, strike three. Slow curve got him. That was a slower curve than most of the ones he has thrown so far today.
That's what's made him effective. This ball in the middle of the plate, but the speed of the pitch got Ian with that little backdoor hook.
Cubs still with a good scoring chance. Bases loaded, one away. And the batter, Seiya Suzuki. And he grounded out his first time. And Seiya hits it foul off to the right, out of play.
I like that approach by Seiya. He looked like he was looking for the breaking ball. He got one up and out over the plate, just fouled it back.
Arrighetti walked a man and then hit back-to-back batters. And now the 0-1 pitch. Dribbled foul right side. So four batters have come up in the inning. Nobody has put the ball in play. A walk, back-to-back hit by pitches, and now a strikeout, and now it's 0-2 on Suzuki. Strange inning. Infield back. And the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a high pop fly. This will not drive in a run. The shortstop Pena, with the infield fly rule being invoked, makes the catch, and that's out number 2. And the fans are frustrated.
Yeah, it's a breaking ball in the middle of the plate, down about knee high. Sale, the big swing, and just hit it straight up.
There are some at-bats in a game run that mean a lot in terms of overall game momentum. And I would say this one right here is in that category.
Yeah, all could be washed away with a ball sizzling in the gap somewhere for an extra base hit.
Conforto swings and misses. Arrighetti continues to throw a big variety of breaking stuff.
Yeah, that was a curveball, a little backdoor curveball. 77 miles an hour. He had Conforto way out front.
Now the 0-1. Check swing, it's outside. One and one on Michael Conforto. The rookie right-hander Arrighetti glancing back at the runner at second base. That's Bush. And the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to short. Pena's got it. Running throw to first. High throw in time. Out at first. The Cubs might challenge the call. A high throw. Walker had to come off the bag. He then tagged Conforto up around the shoulders. But the umpire, Chad Whitson, said the tag of the glove on the runner took place before Conforto hit the bag. I don't think the Cubs are going to challenge. So the Cubs squander a great scoring chance. They have the bases loaded with nobody out, and the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up, and they walk away with nothing. We go to the 4th inning. Houston 1, Cubs nothing on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good. But you know what tastes even better? That just washed and detailed your ride, Modelo. That finally landed the trick, Modelo. That got the squad together for El Trafico, Modelo. That made it home after braving the 405, Modelo. That
everybody
Modelo
make sure you
word
hit that like button, hit
better.
that subscribe button.
That
And if
Modelo
you're new,
is the
join
mark
the
of a
channel.
fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now for a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber customers can get Fiber 500 internet and a line of mobile for just $59.99 a month with autopay for 1 year. Get Fiber 500 internet for
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Later on tonight, the first-place Brewers are home against the Dodgers. Henderson and Robleski, the mound matchup in that one. Pat?
Christian Walker first up, 4th inning. Fouls one away, and it's 0-1. What else, Zach?
There's no other game, Pat, in Major League Baseball currently taking place other than the one here at Wrigley Field. That's what makes Friday so special.
Here's that line drive up the middle, base hit to center. Walker a solid leadoff single. Sometimes I just wonder if there's anything else on your mind you'd like to discuss, Zach. It doesn't always have to be baseball and the out-of-town scores.
We had a very good conversation in the manager's office this morning about Zach's fresh haircut. We could talk about that.
We can.
Cat just kind of gave you a look over, and I think we got thumbs down.
No, it's very impressive. 0-1 on Jake Myers.
That's what the manager said, and then he paused and added, the radio audience will appreciate it.
Yeah, that's why we brought it up today.
There's a swing and a foul off to the right out of play. I have a question. Would a moose ever put mousse in his hair? That's what I want to know. Bullwinkle. Beyond Bullwinkle, I'm kind of short on a list of mooses.
I thought you were going to keep going. I was impressed. Like, wow.
Larry the Moose.
Larry the Moose.
Lives a few streets over.
I was going to say, is that...
1-2 on Jake Myers.
What kind of neighborhood do you live in again?
A mooseless one. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way to Myers. It's down low. I don't put much mousse in my hair. Do you, Ron? It's a very personal question.
I'm getting used to it after 13 years. Yeah.
Are you a mousse guy?
Yeah. That's even more personal.
You're right, it is. I withdraw the question.
Oh, no,
Here's a
okay.
swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's out number 1.
I have not put mousse in my hair in decades.
Decades?
Decades.
So you used to be a mousser?
Well, when I, lived at home and when I was a kid, that was one of the products we had that my sister probably used, and I just probably used a little of it.
You just borrowed it?
Sure.
Shoemake, the batter, swings and fouls it back.
Now, are you a Moose guy?
Not really.
No?
No. Here is a new ball being tossed out. Shoemake at the plate. Kind of sorry I brought the whole thing up. Now the 0-1 is taken down low for a ball, 1-1.
First out, we'll go with this. Sponsored by Xfinity, reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that. And no Moose.
Shoemake takes outside, the count 2-1. Always a big half inning after your team has squandered a good chance. Puts a little more pressure on Jamison Tyone to put a 0 on the board, but it's almost essential. It's now 3-1 on Shoemake.
Well, here's where you'd love to make a good pitch, maybe a little backdoor cutter, ground ball to Nico.
Fastball is high, ball 4. 2 men on with 1 away, and the batter Cam Smith. Smith flied to center his first time. Former Cubs farmhand, you know that he's a guy that would like to have a big weekend against his former organization. Runners now take their leads at first and second, and the pitch to Smith. And that's upstairs, ball 1.
Yeah, ball he hit in his first at bat in the second inning was a really well struck ball to right center field. Pete caught it right in front of the ivy in right center.
Tyone with 2 men on and 1 away fires. There's a bouncing ball toward the middle, fielded by the shortstop Swanson. No play. Dansby has no play. He thought he had a chance to grab that grounder and run over and step on second base ahead of a sliding Shoemake, but he got there too late. Shoemake runs very well. Dansby would have had a play at first had he immediately thrown to first, but he thought he had a chance at the middleman at second, and he did not. It's a rare judgment mistake by Dansby Swanson.
I think Dansby probably felt like he was closer to the second base bag than he was. And you got to tip your hat to Shoemake because he hustled hard into second base and just made the play difficult. And once Dansby took a step towards the second base bag, you weren't going to be able to throw Smith out at first.
Smith gets a gift infield single. And the bags are now loaded with 1 away. It's a very strange play. Dansby thought he had time to grab the grounder and then swerve to his right to step on the bag, but he just couldn't get there in time. And now Zach Cole, the number 8 hitter, hits a ground ball to Dansby. Throws to second for 1 over to first. Not in time. A run scores. Great play by Dansby, saving possibly a big inning. As he fielded that hot smash hit towards center, he then shoveled it to Nico. Nico had to turn all the way around then and make the throw to first. That's a tough play for a second baseman. It was a bang-bang play, but safe at first. A run scores, 2-0 Houston. An RBI for Cole as Walker comes in to score. Shoemake ends up at third on the play.
But it's a heck of an effort by both Dansby to make that catch and then Nico to turn the play at second base, and they almost turned a miraculous double play.
Vasquez takes outside for a ball. Shoemake at third, Cole at first. Give Cole an RBI, his 8th of the year. And the Astros lead 2-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Jamison Tyone ready for the 1-1 pitch. And here it comes. Fouled away, 1-2.
Pretty good fastball away from J-Mo there, right on the outside corner. Good pitch.
Cubs going through a very tough time right now. Had the bags loaded in that third with nobody out, and the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up and could not get a man in. Houston now with single tallies in the third and fourth. Still plenty of baseball left, only in the fourth inning. 2 outs, men at first and third, and the 1-2 pitch from Taillon to Vasquez. The runner at first goes. Here's a fly ball to left, down the line, curling toward foul territory and out of play. Happ over to take a look. Still 1-2.
Wind still blowing in pretty hard from straightaway center field on this kind of a hazy, cloudy day today here at Wrigley. Cool also. Mid-50s now, it seems like.
It's going to be very hard to homer to the middle of the diamond. Or actually anywhere right now, the way that wind is blowing. The pitch. Check swing, it's low. Maybe a solid line drive run to straightaway left might be your only shot.
Yeah, it'll have to be a line drive to either gap or to straight left or right. But, you know, that line drive that does not really get affected by the wind.
And the 2-2 from Taillon. The runner goes. Here's a line drive. Base hit to right. Over toward the line to pick it up is Seiya. Another run scores. And it is 3-0 Houston. Christian Vasquez, the number 9 hitter, with a homer and now an RBI single. And the Astros lead by 3.
Now it's a high fastball up and out over the plate. It's about shoulder high, and Vasquez just goes out and stays on top of this ball and just shoots it the other way. Good piece of hitting and ends up driving in the third run.
Cole advances to third. Vasquez now with 16 RBIs. Jeremy Pena, the leadoff hitter, swings and misses. Strange half inning. Now the 0-1 from Taillon. Pena hits a dribbler to Hoerner, has to hurry, throws to first to get him in time. Houston scores twice. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors. They leave a pair. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Houston 3, Cubs nothing on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good.
Question: real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now for a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber customers can get Fiber 500 internet and a line of mobile for just $50.
Alongside Ron Coomer and Pat Hughes, Zach Zaidman with you. Top of the 5th here on this matinee at Wrigley Field. The Astros with a 3-0 lead over the Cubs. The opener of a 3-game set. Cubs trying to stop a losing streak of 5. Isaac Paredes, the former Cub, will dig in 0 for 2 today. Jamison Taillon on the mound. Cubs once again having a similar issue in this game that they've had throughout the losing streak as Taillon rocks back and deals. And Paredes looks at a sinking fastball for a strike. 0-1. 0-1. Cubs are 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position today. They've left 6 men on base. Taillon, high leg kick and pitch, and Paredes lines one into right center field for a base hit.
Yeah, a little high fastball to Paredes, and he just goes with it. He just shoots it the other way. Second time we've seen that. Vasquez did it last inning and drove in a run.
So here comes the dangerous Yordan Alvarez. 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout. Hitting at .299 on the year with 15 home runs. An extremely powerful left-handed batter. Taillon, the right-hander, delivers. And Alvarez fouls it back off the screen, 0-1.
Now this guy can hit some long home runs. 6'4", right at 240 pounds. Strong man.
Bush playing behind Paredes at first. Here's the 0-1. Alvarez looks at a ball high and outside. There's a slow-moving breaking ball from Taillon. 1-1.
We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Now the pitch, up high. 2 balls and a strike to count on Alvarez. There was a fastball that missed. Partly cloudy day here at Wrigley Field. Wind blowing in. No one out here in the top of the 5th. 3-0 Houston. The pitch. Alvarez fouls it back. 2-2. We'd like to congratulate Jonathan Zarang, class of 2026, on his graduation from Stevenson High School.
Very cool.
His late dad, Mark, an engineering legend.
Yeah.
Alvarez calls time, steps out of the box, now digs in. Taillon peers in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Kelly, puts the ball in the glove, sets at the belt. Works his motion and deals. And a pop fly. Left side foul territory, and this one's out of play behind the Cubs dugout. Bregman was giving chase. 2-2.
Now with Alvarez's play, you'd love to see him hook a ground ball right at Nico. See if the Cubs could roll a pair.
Now the 2-2. That's low. Full count with Alvarez at the plate and Paredes at first. No one out here in the top of the 5th. The cleanup man, Christian Walker, on deck. Cubs vacating the third base position with their defensive alignment. Bregman playing where shortstop normally would. The payoff pitch. Alvarez fouls it back just to our left, out of play.
I wouldn't throw that one again. He took a big rip. He was right on time with that fastball up and away.
Taillon's ready, puts the ball in the glove, sets at the belt and deals. And this is pop foul out of play, second deck off to the left.
After seeing that high fastball and the swing that Alvarez had, J-Mo went to the slow breaking ball, like the pitch. He executed it well. Alvarez just barely got a piece of it.
Wind blowing in a little harder now as Taillon gets ready. The 3-2. Popped up again. Foul out of play. Second deck off to the left. That time a fastball. Taillon's thrown 86 pitches this afternoon. The next one will be number 10 of this at-bat. Here it comes. Alvarez loops one into right center field. It'll drop in for a base hit. All quickly fielded by Suzuki to hold Paredes at second base. Once again, the Astros mounting pressure. Men at first and second. No one out here in the top of the 5th. And the cleanup man, Christian Walker, duo.
Left-hander Milner warming up in the bullpen for the Cubs right now. As you said, J-Mo getting closer to that pitch count, somewhere close to 90. And he could really use a ground ball here with 2 men on and nobody out.
Walker's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Right-handed batter, open stance, hits out of a crouch. The pitch. Walker hits a high fly ball to left, angling toward the line. Happ in the corner near the sidewall, makes the catch in fair territory. 1 away.
I thought that ball was going to get blown into the seats down the line, but it ended up staying fair, I believe. Happ caught it close to the sidewall on the track, but in fair territory. So a good break for Taillon and the Cubs. Now you could really use that ground ball.
With Jake Myers at the plate, right-handed batter, men at first and second with one down here in the top of the fifth. The pitch. Pop foul out of play off to the right by Myers. And a nifty catch made in the second deck, first row. Nice work by a fan out there. 0-1 the count. The pitch. And excuse me, check swing, ground ball left side, fielded by Bregman. A second for one. That's all they'll get. But 2 down as Alvarez is erased from the bases, advancing to third on the play, Paredes. And Jake Myers is safe at first on the fielder's choice.
Well, and that'll bring out Craig Counsell. That, I believe, is going to be the end of the day for Jameson Taillon. Pitch count got him. He's at 90 pitches in the ballgame.
Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. 2 down, top of the fifth. Astros threatening with men at the quarters, and Braden Shoemake due up. Houston 3, Cubs nothing on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering every Cubs game all season long, Rahimi Harrison Grody, middays 10 to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-518-3899. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518-3899. That's 800-518-3899. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Veteran left-hander Hobie Milner is the new man on the mound for the Cubs, replacing the starter Jameson Taillon. Milner on the year, 1-0 in 22 games with a 1.96 ERA. Astros with a 3-0 lead, 2 away here in the top of the fifth, but Houston threatening with men at the corners. It's the opener of the 3-game set. Cubs trying to stop a 5-game losing streak. Cubs had to make a move prior to today's ball game. Matt Shaw was placed on the injured list with mid-back tightness. And hotshot prospect Pedro Ramirez was called up from AAA Iowa, hitting better than 300 for the I-Cubs before getting the call up.
He's got big RBI totals, too, doesn't he? Wasn't it like 49 or something like that?
Yeah, in the 40s, 9 home runs.
Yeah, he's having a great season in Iowa, and I love that the Cubs called him up, even if it's for a short time. You know, and Counts' explanation is maybe that, you know, we'll see how long that is, but he gets a little taste of what big league life is all about.
Astros have a pinch hitter at the plate, Bryce Matthews, the pitch. This is inside, 1-0. That was a sinking fastball from Milner. Matthews is a right-handed batter against the lefty Milner, who works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. Men at the corners for Houston, 2 away. 3-0 Astros. Here's the pitch. Matthews looks at a ball outside. It's 2-0, a change that missed.
Miller's release point is down below his waist, so a sidearm lefty. Not an overpowering guy, but very difficult to pick the ball up on.
And the pitch. Called strike, sinking fastball, outside edge, 2-1.
See, now if the hitter was locked into seeing these pitches, that would have been you'd put that ball in play. But from the delivery from Milner, that sidearm delivery, you got to see some pitches.
Line drive, base hit into center field. Paredes will score. Stopping at second base is Myers, and it's now 4-0 Astros. RBI single for Bryce Matthews.
Well, with back-to-back sinkers this time, it did not get to the outside corner. Stays in the middle of the plate. And Matthews just shoots this ball right over Nico's head into center field for a base knock and an RBI.
So now men at first and second for Houston. Cam Smith will dig in. He's 0 for 2 today. Powerful right-handed batter. The pitch is a called strike fastball near the bottom of the zone. 0-1. Right along the inside edge. Milner checks second and deals. And misses low, 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Changeup from Milner. 1-2 on Smith. Big prize in the big deal last year, in which the Cubs acquired Kyle Tucker. Smith ended up going back to Houston. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Tapper right back to the mound, fielded by Milner. Underhand toss to first in time. That's out number 3, but Houston adds another run. It's 4-0 Astros, middle 5 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good, but
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now for a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber customers can get Fiber 500 internet and a line of mobile for just $59.99 a month with autopay for 1 year. Get Fiber 500 internet for
Suits2020.com.
On Tuesday, June 2nd, the Cubs take on the A's at 7:05 on ALS night. Up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans in the Budweiser bleachers will receive an End ALS t-shirt presented by Sloan. Fans should visit Gallagher Way pregame for activities to help promote ALS awareness. Cubs playing catch-up here at Wrigley Field. We get set for the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's the Astros with a 4-0 lead over the Cubs. Nico Hoerner will dig in to lead off the 5th for the Cubs. 0 for 1 with a walk. Right-hander Spencer Arrighetti works his motion and deals. And Nico looks at a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Bryce Matthews stays in the game, and he's now at second base for the Astros. And pinch hit, RBI single in the top half of this frame. Now the 0-1. Nico looks at a ball low and outside. 1-1 the count.
First outs are always sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Nico waits. The 1-1 delivery by Arrighetti. And a line drive hit to center field. It's playable for Myers, who backs up and makes the catch. Routine play. 1 away.
That ball's well struck off bat of Hoerner. Nico smokes this ball to center, but right into the teeth of that wind. Center fielder Myers gets down and starts back hard, like for 1 or 2 steps, and then the wind grabs this ball and just shuts it down.
So here's Michael Busch, 0 for 1. He's also hit by a pitch. Arrighetti deals. That one misses low. Busch now hitting at .232 on the year. Alex Bregman on deck. Paredes, the third baseman, wide of the bag, in on the edge of the infield grass. And the 1-0. Outside to Busch. 2 balls, no strikes. Happy birthday wishes to our good friend, Coom, David Haw.
Oh, really?
Of the world famous Mully and Haw show.
World famous.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah.
Now the 2-0. That floats into the zone for a strike. Slow moving breaking ball.
Happy birthday, David. I enjoy going out with those guys every Friday morning at 8. Always some great conversation.
They consume sports the way we consume sports, right? Here's the 2-1. Busch swings and misses. Took a hefty cut at a curve. 2-2.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just so good at what they do, and they've been around all the games, as reporters and as fans and as players, and they got a great perspective. And when we talk, great questions about our club. Sometimes I don't always like the questions, but that doesn't mean they're not good questions. Just means you got to answer them. You don't really want to, but that's okay.
Busch looks at a fastball up high. He's worked a full count.
But great guys, great friends. Happy birthday, David.
Doesn't look a day older than 30, right? Something like that.
I was going to say, you don't have, they'll have you on. You don't have to, yeah.
Busch swings and fouls one off the netting to the left. Count remains 3-2.
And guys, Zach likes to be on really early. Like when you guys get on the air at 6, 5:45, he likes to be on that 6 o'clock hour. That's when he loves to be on.
You need new sources, my friend.
Rich told me.
And he does too. Speaking of which, we got to go to Rich in a second. Here's the 3-2. Busch swings and lines one foul out of play off to the left. We need Rich's guess. Rich Wyatt, our engineer. We need his guess in the Biddy's Beverage Depot attendance game.
I put 75,000 on my book.
That was close.
Yeah,
it was close. I'm going to go 37,300, guys.
All right, so everyone now officially in the game. Good luck, man. The 3-2 to Busch. Inside, did that clip him? It's ball 4 regardless. Yep, it did not hit him, but it's ball 4. Busch heads to first base with 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Astros with a 4-0 lead. So here comes Alex Bregman. Get you a station identification here shortly. Bregman has reached base twice today, a single and a hit by pitch. Walker holding on, Busch at first. Arrighetti deals. And Bregman looks at a ball low, 1-0 the count.
Bregman, his last at bat, took a fastball right in the kind of the left lat in his back as he turned, and it caught him flush. 94 mile an hour, 2-seam fastball. Unintentional, definitely not intentional.
The pitch is inside, 2-0. That was another breaking ball, but not a curve, one of those sweepers. Wind blowing in. Sun peeking through the clouds here at Wrigley Field. The 2-0 to Bregman. Inside again. Missed with a curve, 3-0.
Arrighetti trying to go 2-0 breaking ball and throw that soft curveball. And Bregman didn't chase it inside. Now you're at 3-0. See what he goes with here. There's a lot of breaking stuff.
Arrighetti kicks and fires. Up high, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. First Busch, now Bregman, 1 down. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Astros up 4-0. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes talking Cubs afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman with you. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Houston with a 4-0 lead over the Cubs, but the Cubs threatening once again, 1 down. Michael Busch and Alex Bregman have now drawn back-to-back walks, and the cleanup man, Ian Happ, due up.
Yeah, this is one of those ball games where you really think Cubs should be doing better than they are. They've had 6 free passes, either being walked or 2 hit by pitches. So, if the offense, can do something, you're back at it. 2 walks in this inning, still looking for that big hit.
Maybe Happ will come up with one here. Doubled in the first, struck out swinging in the third. Switch hitter batting from the left side. 2 on, 1 away. The pitch. Happ looks at a strike, a fastball. 0-1. Busch at second, Bregman at first. Happ at the plate. Arrighetti delivers. And Happ fouls it back.
Little excuse me swing by Ian. He got fastball inside and wanted to hold up, but the ball swing just kept going a little bit and just barely got a piece of it to the backstop.
So 0-2 the count on Happ as he waits. Arrighetti delivers. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a slow-moving curveball. And the crowd here at Wrigley Field not happy. 2 away.
Now, runners in scoring position. The Cubs have had their struggles of late. Ian gets fooled by the breaking ball there. A good hook. It starts out in the zone, but it ends up, maybe about ankle high. He swung over the top of it.
So here's Seiya Suzuki, 0 for 2 today. 2 on, 2 out for the Cubs. The pitch. Low and outside. 1-0 the count with Seiya at the plate. Cubs are now 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position today. Four nothing Astros here in the 5th. The 1-0. That's low. 2-0 now with Suzuki at the plate.
Now, if Suzuki sits on breaking ball here, whether it be curveball or, that kind of sweeping breaking ball, he may hit this ball a long way. I would think he's going to get something slow, some kind of breaking pitch. If he sits on it, good things could happen.
And the 2-0. And a line drive hit into the power alley in right center, but it's caught by the right fielder, Smith, who comes in. And the Cubs leave 2 more. After 5, Houston 4, Cubs nothing on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haugh, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good, but...
Question, real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now for a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber customers can get Fiber 500 internet and a line of mobile for just $50.
VillageofBedfordPark.com. Right-hander Ethan Roberts will take over from the Cub bullpen as we go to inning number 6. Still kind of a hazy sunshine overhead, cloudy, cool. It was 61 at game time. Still feels about in that same temperature neighborhood. Cubs just not able to get some offense going. They have a grand total of 2 hits. They squandered a bases loaded, no out chance in the 3rd. They had men at second and third with 2 outs in the first and couldn't score. And then they had 2 men on with 1 away in that 5th inning that Zach called for you. And just not a single clutch hit yet. But there's still time. Only the 6th inning. First things first. Zach Cole will bat against Ethan Roberts. Cole drove in a run with a fielder's choice bouncer his last time. He takes a strike, 0-1. Astros have scored in 3 consecutive innings. 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. And the next offering is down low, and the count 1-1. The game is full of surprises, both good and bad. Here comes the 1-1. And the Cubs are ready for some of those good surprises.
Yes, right.
The first of 3 against the Astros, a team 11 games below 500. And the next pitch is a strike, and now the batter Cole is going to challenge that call by Chad Fairchild. He thought it was down low.
A little breaking ball down, and it is down.
So the count is now 3-1. Call overturned. Astros do not lose that challenge.
I'll say this. Fairchild has not been challenged much today at all. I think that's the second time.
Swing and a miss. The count 3-2.
He's had a good game behind home plate.
Who were some of the best ball and strike umpires when you played, Ron, that you have direct knowledge of? Anybody come to mind?
Yeah, you know who was really good when he was really locked in?
Bouncing ball to second base, fielded by Nico Hoerner, and the throw to first is in time. 1 away here in the 6th inning, 4-0 Astros. And it brings up Christian Vasquez.
One of the guys that was more of a character than anybody else in baseball at the time as an umpire was Kenny Kaiser.
Ken Kaiser, Big Ken.
Big Ken. He was a professional wrestler at one time. But when, and when he was locked in and, like that playoff mode for baseball, he was about as good as you can get. He was really good.
Steve Palermo was a great umpire in his day. Passed away way too young.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1. I liked him, too. He was a very nice man, and I interviewed him many times.
Great guy.
But he, one night in, I believe, Dallas, Texas, he was working a game there, and after the game, here comes the 1-1. It is in there for a strike. There was some dispute. And he ended up getting shot in the back, and it paralyzed him. And he never really was able to umpire again. I saw him thereafter at various functions, Ron. I'm sure you did too, and he just couldn't move as well, and it was kind of a tragedy. He was, as I recall the story, he was trying to help some woman who was in trouble.
That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm. And a real shame. He was a great umpire, I thought. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Christian Vasquez. And it misses for ball 3-1. But Steve would hustle on the field, always in position to make calls when he was a base umpire. He emphatically called balls and strikes. But you just got the feeling that this pitch is going to be overturned. It is a strike. But you always got the feeling that Steve Palermo cared about what he was doing.
Absolutely.
He wanted to make the calls right all the time. You're not always going to get them right. But you can just tell the guys who care about it more than others, and I certainly put him in that category.
I thought somebody who we see still fairly regular, who's a rover at times, Larry Young.
2-2 pitch outside to Vasquez.
Very fair, very good umpire.
He cared.
Yes. Tim Tashida comes to mind.
Older fans will remember Doug Harvey.
Yeah.
Jocko Conlon from years ago. Here's the 3-2, swinging a foul back. Frank Pulley was a great umpire.
Yeah. We had one from Lockport who was a long-time umpire in the league. Bill Haller.
Bill Haller, his brother
Famous,
Tom played in the big leagues.
Right. Bill, if you look like on YouTube and some of the old things, great.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Vasquez is out on strikes. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Cubs trail 4-0. Ethan Roberts now will go to work on Jeremy Pena.
Now, Bill Haller was a very good umpire around a long time, but he was also a guy that wasn't going to take a lot of stuff from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that was during the Earl Weaver years. And you want to see some funny arguments? Go out there and Google Bill Haller and Earl Weaver. That, I would suggest not having the kids around, though, when you watch film.
Keep the volume turned down, maybe.
Yeah, or just put it in your own ears. Yes, he's an adult, but oh my gosh, it is just hysterical.
Well, Earl was famous for baiting umpires.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever liked an umpire in his entire life.
Oh. And Bill knew exactly what he was doing. Bill would call him out on it. Hey, he would. It's just great. We got to talk to Bill Haller later in his life. He came up to the booth in St. Louis, you and I. We had a rain delay, and I think he had his daughter with him, but such a great guy. Great family from my hometown of Lockport.
Jeremy Pena with a count of 0-2, batting here in the 6th inning. 4-0 Astros. No balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff
Everybody,
hitter.
make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you're new, join the channel.
And the pitch just outside for a ball. Thinking about Earl Weaver, they used to play double headers all the time. Almost every Sunday you had a double header. Earl was famous for getting tossed out of game 1, and then as they were exchanging lineup cards for game 2, getting tossed before game 2.
Yeah,
that's getting your money's worth.
Yeah, that's that's getting a good long nap in too, because you didn't watch a lot of baseball.
I'll bet you were never kicked out of a game.
Oh, that's where you're wrong, partner.
Like I said, I bet you were thumbed left and right. Here's a ground ball to first, fielded by Bush. He'll shovel it to Roberts. We'll get the stories from Ron and
no, he won't.
Multiple. Maybe not today, but at some point. 3 up, 3 down. Good job by Ethan Roberts. We go to the bottom of inning number 6. It is Houston 4, Cubs nothing on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now for a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber customers can get Fiber 500 internet and a line of mobile for just $59.99 a month with autopay for 1 year. Get Fiber 500. It'd be great.
Miguel Amaya is on deck to pinch hit for Michael Conforto. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
Cubs need some offense, Zach. Thank you. Bottom of inning number 6. Cubs are down 4-0. They did not score against Spencer Arrighetti in his start. 5 shutout innings. Boy, they had their chances. Leaving 2 men on in the first, leaving a man on in the second, leaving the bases loaded in the third, and then stranding 2 more in the 5th. So Arrighetti able to get out of every single jam. And now left-hander Stephen Okert is the new pitcher. Long-legged left-hander flips a curveball in there for a strike to the pinch hitter Miguel Amaya.
And let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. And the Cubs need to put a few balls in flight, that's for sure.
Here's the ball into shallow center, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. Great effort by Shoemake, the second baseman. It was a twisting pop fly. Shoemake initially took a slightly wrong course and then tried to veer to his right and make a diving catch. Great effort, but it falls in for a base hit.
Yeah, this ball is hit right off the end of the bat, and it starts out center, and because of the wind and the spin on the ball, it starts bringing it back towards right center. Kind of an odd play as Matthews chases this ball. Matthews just entered the ball game as a pinch hitter, and that ball sliced away from him.
First pitch strike to Carson Kelly.
Cubs need to get a little rally going. Some high fives in that dugout and change the mood a little bit in that dugout.
The next offering popped up shallow right. Matthews, the second baseman, gives way to the right fielder Smith, who makes the catch, and that's out number one. Getting back to our discussion about ejections in the top of the inning. So you were tossed out of a big league game.
I was tossed out of a game, but it was the end of the game, so it didn't really matter. I had some good heated arguments, but I think I never really – I did in the minor leagues, and I think I learned my lesson to not cross the line to the point where you were getting kicked out of the game.
Breaking ball is down low.
As a corner infielder, you got to know all the umpires,
sure,
too. So, that worked in my favor a little bit. I thought, anyway.
Play a little politics.
Yeah. Good Chicagoan. We've learned how to do that a long time ago.
Deep fly ball to right off the bat of Pete Crow Armstrong. If it's fair, it's got a chance. Gone. 2-run home run. Pete Crow Armstrong, and the Cubs are back in the game. It's now 4-2. Right down the line and right. The way the wind is blowing, Ron, I was worried that the wind was going to push it foul. It stayed fair by about 5 feet and gone by plenty.
Yeah, this ball's really well struck. Little hanging breaking ball inside. And Pete catches this ball well out front, and he drives it. And you're right, it starts out a no doubt fair home run, but then the wind starts grabbing it and blowing it towards the foul line, and it stays fair. Cubs needed a big swing of the bat, and they just got it from Pete Crow Armstrong.
Okert faces 3 batters, and he'll leave the game. Pitching changes by the opposition. Those are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Pete Crow Armstrong with a 2-run home run. It's now a 4-2 Houston lead. A new pitcher coming in. We'll identify him in a moment. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Craig Counsell. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Enyel De Los Santos, a right-hander, the new pitcher for the Astros. Cubs have a long history of success against guys with the first name of Enyel. I don't have any data to back up that statement.
Who would second guess the Hall of Famer?
Big home run by Pete Crow Armstrong. There's a different feeling now about the game. It's 4-2 in favor of Houston. And De Los Santos going to work on Dansby Swanson. Now, if Dansby can get on, then you get the tying run of the plate, and then the crowd will definitely become more of a factor.
Well, you needed someone to break the ice a little bit for the Cubs and get that dugout, the mood in the dugout changed a little bit and get some high fives going in there.
Dansby pokes it foul, out of play, 1-1. De Los Santos has not been invincible this year. His ERA is 4.91 over 18 games. 4.91, he's been struggling. The 1-1. Pulled on the ground, foul past third. Nico Hoerner and the top of the order on deck. Cubs trying to snap a 5-game skid. They'll have to do it coming from behind on this Friday. Still plenty of baseball left, only in the 6th inning. And now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball got him, and that's out number 2. So Dansby strikes out. Back to the top of the order for Nico Hoerner. If Nico gets on here, would that be too risky to try to steal a bag, Ron, down by 2?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I think, now you're in the game. You got to, let your players do what they do best. And that would, if you can get more guys in scoring position, that's better yet.
Hoerner takes inside. Nico today has struck out and walked and flied to center. This big crowd ready to make some noise. Should get the exact attendance figure here soon. Nico takes a fastball strike. Just did hit the outside edge.
First out, top half of the inning was sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Astros 4, Cubs 2, 6th inning. 2 down, bases empty, and the 1-1 pitch on the way to Nico. And he'll swing away and foul it away, and it's 1-2. 3 straight day games in the series. Tomorrow at 1:20, it'll be Colin Ray against Kai Wei Teng. Shota Imanaga opposing Peter Lambert on Sunday. Here's the little pop fly, shallow right center. Going out is Matthews, and the second baseman makes the catch to end the inning. The Cubs score twice to get back in the game on the home run by Pete Crow Armstrong. It's 4-2 Astros as we move to the 7th on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio network.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good.
But baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's you?
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Cardinals and Reds already postponed in Cincinnati because of rain. And let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up on June 5th through the 7th, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Right-hander Brian Abreu, a big right-hander, is the new pitcher for Houston. Cubs have Seiya Suzuki to lead off the inning. It looks like Moises Ballesteros is in the on-deck circle as a pinch batter. And then Carson Kelly. Cubs need somebody to get on. Seiya will take inside for a ball. Please stay tuned for the toast of the game. That'll be named by Ron Coomer and presented by Benny's Beverage Depot coming up in the 9th inning. Seiya takes inside. Did you ever, in a game like this, a situation where Seiya needs to get on and he jumped away from a pitch inside? Did you ever stop and think, maybe I should have just let that darn thing hit me?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an instant reaction is what you get of going, getting out of the way of the pitch. But there are a lot of times where you're like, now if that one just clipped me a little, that wouldn't have been bad for the team, that's for sure.
There's a strike. I think probably with more experience, that type of thinking might take place.
Mm-hmm.
Now the 2-1 to Suzuki. Seiya takes ball 3. Are you aggressive or only so-so here, Rob?
I think you got to make up your mind when you step in the box. Are you going to be aggressive and really be ready to cut it loose, or are you taking all the way? You can't be in the middle.
Swinging a bouncing ball to third, fielded by Paredes. The toss across in time, 1 away. Suzuki bounces out to third. Cubs trail 4-2, 1 away, bottom of the 8th inning. And Moises Ballesteros pinch hitting for Miguel Amaya.
Cleanup hitters today are sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star KitchenAid kitchen today at grandappliance.com. See if Ballesteros can do a little damage here. He had been scuffling a little bit, getting a few days to just work on his swing, and let's see if he can do a little something.
And he hits one in the air to left center, playable. Cole and Myers are there. Myers, the left-handed center fielder, makes the catch. And that's the second out in the 8th inning. Please stay tuned for Zach Zaidman's post-game show, the Old National Bank Cubs radio post-game show. That's the official bank of the Cubs radio network. Here's Carson Kelly. Now, Kelly is a key guy because Pete Crow Armstrong, with his power, is on deck representing the tying tally. Kelly takes a strike. The only offense for the Cubs today, a home run with a man on by Pete Crow Armstrong in the 6th inning. We are in the 8th. And the 0-1. Inside, Kelly gets hit by the pitch. Kelly got hit in the left elbow area. He was spinning away. He's okay. There's no way they meant to hit him because this brings the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It goes right back to that what you were just saying. Kelly was not going to get out of the way, even though that one hit him hard in the tricep area. I think he's got a tricep pad on, and to protect him. But that helps the Cubs. Now they got the tying run, as you said, Patrick, at the plate.
Joshua Miller, pitching coach, heading to the mound. Crow Armstrong's homer, his 6th of the year. It was right down the line in right. And now looking at the flags, it's more of a straight toward right field direction. So that could benefit Pete. We'll see.
Yeah, like the ball he hit for the home run. That ball that's hit towards right and hooking towards the foul pole is going to get some carry to right.
Shallow at third is Paredes. The tying run at the plate, 8th inning. 2 down. Big crowd ready to make some noise. And then Pete takes a changeup off the outside edge, ball 1. Tough plays of the game. Talk about those momentarily. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Pete takes down low, ball 2, 2-0. Tough play is something you can't over discuss something like that. Once you've done it for the day, you move on. And the pitch to Pete is in there for a strike, 2-1. Plus, we've already done the spot, so there's no real reason to read it again. That's probably the primary reason. Now the 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. Okay, here's your chance. There's no way he wants to walk a guy in this spot, Ron. So if he comes in, you got to be ready to jump on him.
Yeah, you got to be ready for something, and you got to try to catch this ball out in front and take a chance. See if Pete can maybe hit his second home run of the ball game.
The 3-1. Taken for a strike. Kelly will be moving now with 2 outs and a full count.
Looked like Pete was taking all the way there on 3-1. That was a slider on 3-1.
And the pitch on the way. It's taken high for ball 4. A check swing, no swing. Now, Pete is still a young player, Ron, but that's a plate appearance of a mature hitter right there.
Yeah, that was a very good at bat, and he did get the take on that up and in slider. So very good at bat. Now the Cubs with a real chance here in this 8th inning.
2 on, 2 down, a pitching change forthcoming. Pitching changes by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Cubs have the tying runs on base. We'll be right back after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Michael Bush. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago baseball fans, Ron Coomer here. Spring in the city means the return of baseball and the start of backyard season. If you're thinking about upgrading your outdoor space, TimberTech Decking combines advanced innovation with the beauty of real wood without the maintenance. Built for resilience through the Midwest weather, it's designed to perform season after season. Order free samples or connect with a contractor near you at TimberTech.com. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Your outdoor oasis awaits. Save 20% on premium Benjamin Moore exterior paints and stains now through May 25th when you visit your locally owned Benjamin Moore store. Benjamin Moore's premium quality all-weather exterior paints and stains help protect and provide luxurious results so you can give your outdoor space a fresh new look for the season. Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a locally owned retailer near you. Benjamin Moore, official paint of the Chicago Cubs.
Before we continue, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network. WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Left-hander Brian King is the new man on the mound for the Astros. Tying run at first, that's Pete Crow-Armstrong, and Dansby Swanson at the plate.
King, you were asking a question at the break. They're bringing in a lefty to face Dansby. He's a reverse split guy. Right-handers hitting down closer to 200.
Bouncing a short, fielded by Pena. Throw to first. High! Not in time. E6, bases loaded. Pena had the throw sail on him. Walker made a leaping catch, which probably saved a run. But everyone is safe. And now the bases are loaded. Let's see if the Cubs can capitalize with Nico Hoerner batting. And that brought the crowd to life.
It really did. It's 38,000 people here, and they're into the game now.
Nico takes high, ball 1. Everyone is standing.
White Cubs could really use a big swing of the bat from Nico. An extra base hit would score all 3 guys.
Nico hits a bouncing ball to third, fielded by Paredes. The throw to second in time ends the inning. Fielder's choice ends the inning. Paredes to Matthews at second for the force on the sliding. Swanson, and that ends the inning. So the Cubs unable to capitalize. We go to inning number 9. It's the Astros 4 and the Cubs 2. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good.
But baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now for a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber customers can get Fiber 500 internet and a line of mobile for just $50.
More at jameshardy.com.
Top of the 9th inning at Wrigley Field, Houston 4, Cubs 2. The 9th inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Pat?
All right, Zach, we're in the 9th inning. Phil Maton, the new Cubs pitcher, he'll try to put a 0 on the board and keep the Cubs within 2. Maton facing Christian Vasquez, the number 9 hitter. He's been one of the primary offensive players of the entire day, with a solo home run in the 3rd and a run-scoring single in the 4th. Stocky right-handed batter, and he pokes one foul out of play. Please stay tuned for Zach Zaidman's post-game show. It's coming up right after the ball game today.
Cubs pitching change sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Here's a roller to the hole at short. Going to be a tough play. Swanson, an impossible play. He gets his man at first. I don't know how he did it. He slid on his knees. As he was getting up, he made a long, immediate throw and gets his man at first. An incredible play.
The pop-up and the throw all in one motion, and he kind of plays the slice of the throw and hits Michael Busch right in the head. Perfect throw as Bushy catches this ball at eye level to make a great play.
And Vasquez was out by a full step. That's an amazing play.
Catch of the game sponsored by Catch Des Moines. That play was a real trip, and so is Des Moines. That is a trip. Make it yours at CatchDesMoines.com. That one qualifies.
Pena hits a fly ball to right. Suzuki makes the easy catch, and that's out number 2. Glancing to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Cubs are going to have Busch, Bregman, and Happ, the 2, 3, and 4 batters, due up. 4-2 Houston. Isak Paredes ready to step in. Walks to Cubs batters, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Speeding in a work zone is like arguing with the ump. A no-win. Mind the signs, avoid the fines. It's good writing. And the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
Doubles by Cubs hitters today. That is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Kind of like Pat Hughes.
Occasionally. Here comes the 1-1. Outside 2-1. See, if you make sense too often, Ron, people expect it all the time.
Yeah, I never have that problem.
Here comes the 2-1 to Paredes. It's outside 3-1. Cubs having a tough time. Maybe they'll create some magic in the bottom of the ninth. I know this crowd is ready for it. Fastball is high for ball 4. So the former Cub Paredes gets the 1-out or the 2-out walk, and it brings up Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah, that was not what you wanted. I'm sure Maton thought that last pitch was a strike. He thought it was right at the top of the zone. They did not challenge, and now you got to face one of the top hitters in the league in Alvarez.
Alvarez 1 for 3. Dangerous left-handed batter. Pokes one in the air to left, slicing foul and out of play.
This guy, big, strong guy, big swing. His swing left-handed reminds me of a guy that I watched play a lot and became friends with, never played with him. Chili Davis.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Chili, really strong, great guy, great hitting coach. He was coach for the Cubs for a short time.
Switch hitter, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 0-1. It's outside for a ball. Had over 300, maybe more, maybe 400 home runs. A ball and a strike on Yordan Alvarez. As Maton kicks and fires and misses upstairs. 2-1. Very few fans have left. 37,000 plus here today. See if the Cubs can reward them with a ninth inning miracle. Outside ball 3. That pitch was not close.
Now Maton a little frustrated with himself. That ball kind of squirted out of his hand. It's a curveball that he didn't finish and just kind of popped out of his hand. Now he's 3-1. Got to make a good pitch here.
The dangerous Alvarez waiting for the 3-1 and takes outside ball 4. Back-to-back walks after 2 were down. And now Christian Walker coming up, and Tommy Harvey, the pitching coach, is going to head to the mound.
It could be just a little game plan with Walker at the plate because this at-bat is so important in this game. Cubs down by 2 here in the 9th inning. Can't really afford to have anything else happen against you, so ought to be on the mound talking to his veteran right-hander.
On the other side, Ron, I don't see anybody warming up in the Houston bullpen. Brian King came in to get the final out in the 8th inning. We can assume then at this point that King will begin on the mound in the bottom of the 9th. First things first, top of the 9th, 2 out, 2 on. Christian Walker, he's always been a pretty good RBI man.
Yeah, he's got 31 this season. Here's where you got to stay away from him, and you know that breaking ball of Maton's got to be on the outer third of the strike zone.
Right-hander to right-hander. The pitch, curveball low and away, ball 1. Now the crowd has gotten quiet all of a sudden. Paredes at second takes his lead. Alvarez away from first. Maton's next pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. To another curveball.
Yep, back-to-back hooks. He's trying to hit that outside corner or just off the corner and get him to chase, but both of those were wide.
Runners take their leads, and the 2-0 taken for a strike. I'm amazed that Walker was not more aggressive. You work to get those counts, Ron. You're working to get a fastball in the zone, and that's exactly what it was. Surprising.
Yep, he was taking all the way. That was straight take.
Now the 2-1. Taken for strike 2 call. Another fastball. And now it's 2-2. Walker has not taken the bat off his shoulder with 2 men on base. Now the 2-2. Outside, 3-2. So slight advantage for the Astros. Runners will be moving with the pitch. Right-hander against right-hander. Maton working on Walker. And the pitch. Tapped foul at the plate. We'll do it again.
Good pitch by Maton. He ran that sinker in on his hands that time. And really tied up Walker. Walker lucky that he got a piece of it.
Maton trying to keep the Cubs within 2 as he delivers the 3-2 pitch to Christian Walker. Popped up, foul, might be playable for Bush over near the first base dugout. Does he have a play? He cannot make the catch. He overran the ball, had to take his eye off the ball as he wanted to see where the dugout area was, and when he did that, he lost the side of the ball and it fell behind him. So no play. I don't think they'll give him an error, although he certainly would be feeling like he should have made the catch. It was on the field of play.
Yeah, he had a long run to go get it, and that's a tough one, and now you got to make another pitch to Walker.
There go the runners. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Good job by Maton. The Astros do not score. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Cubs need to rally. It's the Astros 4 and the Cubs 2 on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Question. Real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your...
Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
All right, Zach, now or never. Cubs batting in the 9th inning, trailing 4-2. Left-hander Brian King still on the mound for the Astros. He got the final out in the 8th inning. Michael Bush to lead it off. Cubs need a base runner. Bush takes inside, ball 1. Ron's going to be naming the Toast of the Game ball player, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. The 1-0 is taken high, ball 2.
Good take by Michael to get to 2-0. That was borderline fastball high.
King has 4 saves, but he's let 2 other chances slip away. And he misses ball 3 inside. Taking all the way here, aren't you?
Well, I think he's, when I looked at his numbers, left-handed hitters are hitting like 290. Right-handed hitters only like 223.
There's a strike.
So kind of a reverse split guy, kind of odd combination.
3-1. Bush has been on twice today, hit by a pitch and walked, and he takes strike 2. It's all right.
Yeah, Bush, he's trying to get on base. Sure. Absolutely.
He's making him work.
Yep.
Now the third baseman Paredes will move back deeper. He's playing over near the shortstop area. 3-2 on Michael Bush. Cubs trail by 2. Here's a fly ball into left center, pretty well hit. Going back toward the track and making a sliding catch is the left fielder Cole. The wind was causing that ball to dance a little bit, and Cole slid and made a catch on a play that could not be called routine.
Kind of an odd catch in left field. I wonder if he stays on his feet, if that is a much easier catch than a slide, but he made the catch.
One away. Alex Bregman will try to get on. Cubs trailing 4-2 in the bottom of the 9th inning. First pitch strike. Bregman 1 for 2 with a walk and a hit by pitch in the game. And he fouls one away, and it's 0-2. Cubs need a base runner, and they need it right away. One away, bottom of the 9th inning. The 0-2 hit in the air to center. Playable for Myers, drifting back, making the catch, and the Cubs are down to their last chance. Ian Happ coming up. Happ must reach to keep the Cubs going.
Happ in the first inning doubled down the left field line. Cubs could use another base hit off the bat of Ian.
He's 1 for 4. The pitch low and inside. Wouldn't be surprised if he took a strike in this spot. And the next pitch. Now he swings and fouls it back. 1-1. Cubs in danger of losing their 6th in a row and 9th of their last 11. And the pitch to Happ. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Chad Whitson, first base umpire, made that final decision. And now the Cubs are down to their last strike. The next pitch, drilled foul off to the right, out of play.
Wind still blowing in hard from left center field.
The starting pitchers remain the pitchers of record at this point. And the 1-2. Happ hits a pop fly into shallow right. The first baseman Walker backing up, makes the catch on the outfield grass. And the ball game is over. And the Cubs have lost 6 in a row. Houston wins the opener of this series, 4-2 the final. And we'll be back with the totals in a moment on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Carson Kelly. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good. But you know what tastes even better? That just washed and detailed your ride, Modelo. That finally landed the trick,